So the Las Vegas Raiders have just gotten some news that we're going to talk about today, and that is that second round wide receiver Jack Bech has yet to sign his rookie deal, and this is a big deal. Because he is the only rookie to have yet signed a deal. We're going to break down why exactly this is happening and what it means for the Raiders moving forward throughout the offseason and the regular season as well. All that and more on today's episode of the Raider D Podcast. I would like to say thank you to Box House and my boy Kevin Ross over there for being a big sponsor of the channel, but more on them later. Jack Bech is a prime, hard-hitting wide receiver who catches everything that comes his way. And with Jakobi Meyers yet to sign a deal, it is very important that the Raiders are able to get Jack Bech signed because, listen, Jakobi Meyers is on the last leg of his contract. And if the Raiders decide to forego giving him another contract, then they have to have a backup plan because you have to have a guy that can come in and be that slot wide receiver, sometimes your Y receiver, sometimes your X receiver, and he's got to be able to catch everything. He's got to be a hard-nosed type of a wide receiver, just like Jakobi Meyers is. And that's the whole reason why the Raiders drafted Jack Bech. Now, I do want to say this because I keep seeing his name said all kind of different ways. Is it Jack Bech or Jack Bech? I still don't know. Drop a comment down below and let me know what is the proper way of pronouncing this dude's name, right? Hopefully I'll have him on the show and I'll ask him exactly how to pronounce it because it is still a bit confusing for me. But what is not confusing is Jack Bech in college is a very good wide receiver, and he has a lot of potential in the NFL, but he has yet to receive a single reception in an actual game in the NFL. And that is concerning that he is now holding out. And there is a reason for that. So the reason is this. The Houston Texans and another team went and gave fully guaranteed money to their second-round draft picks. This breaks with NFL precedent. No team has ever done that before. And now every agent of every player that was drafted in the second round this year is making their players hold out in order to get that guaranteed money. Because if one team does it, well, then everybody's got to do it. And so far, a lot of other teams have refused. They're not budging, they're not giving in, and they're not giving that fully guaranteed money. Now, Jack Bech is set to make anywhere between $7 to $11 million per year over a 4-year contract. But as of right now, there's no guaranteed money. The only person who got guaranteed money was Ashton Genty. And so his agent, Jack Bech's agent, is holding out and trying to get that Houston deal for his guy. Now, as it stands right now, Jack Bech is in OTAs. He's been in every single OTA. He's been working his butt off, and he's been looking pretty darn good. And so he's not holding out. This isn't a situation where, we even fear that Jack Bech is not going to show up for training camp. We know he's going to be there because he's been at all the OTAs. And it is expected that the Raiders and Bech's camp will come to terms. Now, maybe it's not a fully guaranteed contract, and this is what I think the Raiders are going to do with him. I think they might give him 1 or 2 years of fully guaranteed, but his remaining contract will probably be up for renegotiation and not guaranteed at all. And that would just make sense because you are looking at a guy who was not drafted in the first round, and he hasn't done anything yet. He's got to prove it. And if the Raiders go out and they sign Jakobi Meyers, then you don't, and this is a guy who's already proven it, that he can do everything out on the field, then you don't really need to give a guarantee to Jack Bech because, listen, I think he's going to be a great wide receiver, but you don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know. You know? And so I'm a little bit concerned about the Raiders giving a fully guaranteed money to any second round. In fact, I don't even like the fact that they gave Ashton Jeanty fully guaranteed money. Not because I don't believe Ashton Jeanty is going to be one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the NFL over the next 4 to 5 years, but because until you've actually proven it in the NFL, I think it's a dangerous move because you lock in salary cap restrictions when you do that, and then if the guy turns out to be a bust, you're really in the doghouse, and it's going to make building a winning team that much more difficult. So by giving it to one guy already who hasn't proven anything, to me, it just doesn't make sense to give it to two guys. What does make sense is if you need an ADU or a tiny home, you need to call my guy, Kevin Ross, over at Box House. They have an incredible assortment of homes that you can literally purchase and they will deliver it straight to your doorstep. Box House, by far, is changing the game, revolutionizing how tiny homes and additional dwelling units are manufactured and purchased and delivered and installed. Go and check out Kevin Ross over there. Also, if you are a roofer or you are looking for a roofer anywhere in the United States, you got to check out rooftree.pro. If you're a roofer and you're not on there, you don't have a listing on there, go and get your listing right now. You can get the Pro plan for only $29 for an entire year. That is an absolute steal. You would never get that kind of deal with any of the other platforms. And if you need a qualified roofer, don't go to some general website like Angie where you've got everything in the kitchen sink in there. Go to a specific directory like rooftree.pro. You're going to find exactly what you're looking for over there with over 32,000 contractors already on the website. Now, to wrap this up, I do just want to say one big thing. And that is, guys, we're almost at 12,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for everybody who has been a huge support of the Raider D podcast over the past 2 years. The growth has been phenomenal. The interactions has been phenomenal. I love reading your comments, even the ones who throw jibes at me, the funny jibes. I laugh at them, and I'll respond because I'm a smartass, so I will respond back in a smartass type of fashion. That's just who I am. It's my nature, but it's all in good fun, and I just want to say thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're getting value out of these videos, then do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Help us get to that 12,000 mark. Again, we only need like 80 more or something like that, and we hit the big 12K. And I'm looking forward to this season. If you are as well, drop your comments down below and let me know how you feel. Are the Raiders going to make the playoffs or not? That is today's question.
How did your husband die?
Yeah. Poisoned.
But there's bruises all over his body.
I know, he didn't want to take it.